Fortnite's $1 Million Club is Fortnite esports' most prestigious club, reserved only for players who have $1 million in earnings or more. Today we're going to talk about the 12 players who meet that criteria, how they got to be there, and what they're doing today. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe because 79.6% of the people who watch my videos aren't subscribed. And also, please follow me on Twitter, link in description. In the 12th spot with 1,021,000 earned is King.
In a 1v1, King on the defensive. At this point, he might have the high ground. Oh my gosh, sneaks the shotgun shot in right before the ramp can go down.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh
okay.
No. And you see,
Everybody knows King is the kid who W-keyed his way to a 5th place finish in World Cup solos, netting him 900,000 for that event alone. But he didn't stop there. And since then, King has dominated his region Brazil, winning basically every major tournament since then. In the past 3 FNCSs, he's placed 1st, 6th, and 1st, becoming the undisputed best player in the region. And when I say he wins almost everything, I mean it, and I don't see him stopping anytime soon. I just wish he'd move to a bigger region. In the 11th spot with 1,113,000 earned is Cease.
the numbers are in. The moment everyone's been waiting for. We can crown our WSOE champions. It's official. It's Cease and Elevate have come through and done it right at the end. Yes! The baby-faced assassin!
Cease is an OG in the scene, which is why he really shouldn't be surprised that he's on here. Him and his old duo Elevate used to play so well together, it was probably the most dominant duo on the scene back then. With the duo placing 3rd in World Cup duos, Cease took home 900,000 from that tourney alone. But since then, Cease really hasn't been performing all that great, with his last notable placements being 3rd in Heat C of the last FNCS alongside Scoped and Tragics, and 9th in a Trio Cash Cup, and 10th in the FaZe Clan Cup. Those are his only top 10 placements this past season. In the 10th spot with 1,142,000 earned is Saf.
Who dies falls just on the outside of the skirt. There you go. Base Soldier gets knocked and eliminated. You see 6 teams remaining. Whoever winds up getting dropped next, there's a placement point. Another one! Oh my, Saf now at 5 limbs, and he's earned his team another point as well for placement. Saf continues to do it. He's dropping him down. Saf with another. Oh my god! Oh my god! Saf with the most ridiculous endgame moments brings his team from 1 limb to 8, and the victory royale. They might have just won
On that game
They
below
might have
the
just
last 30.
Saf is arguably one of the best players on NA East of all time. The biggest chunks of his earning is from him and his old duo, placing 4th in World Cup duos, taking home 750,000 each. In my opinion, Saf and Zate are the best duo to ever play this game. No one is as consistent as they were, winning almost every major duo tourney there was. Most notably 1st in ESL Katowice Royale in 2019, taking home 40k each. Even after all that, Saf is still performing and placing on top, with some recent notable achievements being 3rd in Chapter 2 Season 6 Grand Finals with Avery and Stretch, and top 10 in 3 other Cash Cups. In the 9th spot with 1,199,000 earned is Zate.
Unfortunately is on low health and low shield. If you can get through, this should be a pretty miraculous way through, but these are our points leaders. Zate is in the open, taking the L in front of the entire field, and that is a metaphor for their current standings.
I love it.
200 points.
I absolutely love it, Stress. On the top of the mountain.
Zate might be the best IGL to ever play this game, and I don't think many people would argue that. After he took home 750,000 from a 4th place finish at World Cup Duos, his love for the game slowly started to decline and officially retired after Chapter 2 Season 5, but not before placing 8th in Grand Finals of his last season and last event. Zate in his prime is really a force to be reckoned with. Even though now he's stepped back into more of a coaching role and streamer, his impact on the game will live on. In the 8th spot with 1,214,000 earned is Rojo. Rojo isn't by any means the most well-known player on this list, but that doesn't mean he hasn't made bank off the game. Most people know him from his 2nd place finish at World Cup Duos with Wolfies, where they earned 1.12 million each. But like Zate, his love for the game started fading after that. Since World Cup, his placements haven't really been consistent at all, not even being able to make it to Grand Finals of this past FNCSs. Although he pushes himself to play the game currently, he hasn't been performing, and honestly, I don't see him playing the game for that much longer. In the 7th spot with 1,216,000 earned is Creo.
Creo all the way down low.
0 builds in Pika's inventory. It's going to be tough. He's going to have to drop in and go for a fight. Cannot connect. Pizas finds that elimination. Creo gets the final one, and game 5 goes to Creo.
I don't think he can believe it. I don't know if anyone caught it at home, but what he does right there.
Creo was an underrated player for a very long time, but finally started getting recognition after qualifying for Solo World Cup. He ended up coming in 3rd in World Cup, taking home $1 million and cementing himself as a top solo player. Since then, he has been very, very consistent. I'd say he's definitely a top 10 player in NA right now, even though he didn't qualify for the most recent FNCS. But before that, you can see most of his placements being in the top 10 of most events. I expect to see him doing big things for this upcoming season, as it's going to be solos, which is his specialty. In the 6th spot with 1,339,000 earned is Wolfies. Fun fact, Wolfies is the only controller player with over $1 million earned. In fact, he's the only controller player in the top 10 list of all-time Fortnite earners, with the next closest controller playing being Lexi, who's in 105th place. He is always in the talks of the best controller player of all time, as he should. The biggest part of his earnings come from placing 2nd at World Cup duos alongside Rojo, taking home $1.12 million. After that, he further cemented himself as a top tier player by placing 2nd in the FNCS Invitational, where he earned $94,000. Since then, other than that, 6th Grand Finals in Chapter 2 Season 4 FNCS and a few Cash Cups, he's been very inconsistent recently due to a lack of a set trio. But that doesn't overlook all he's accomplished as one of the top controller players of all time. In the 5th spot with 1,352,000 earned is Epic Well. Epic Well is without a doubt the best player on NA West, with his only real competition for that top spot being his trio mates Arkham and Rex. Epic is also one of 2 West players on this list. He also comes in 3rd place on this list for most tourneys won. 2nd place for most tourneys won being Saft, and 1st place being on this list coming up soon. Epic Well is most known for his World Cup solo performance, finishing 3rd overall, where he brought home $1.2 million. And since then, he's been absolutely dominating the West Coast, winning 11 tourneys, coming runner-up in 5 tourneys and 3rd in 6 tourneys. This is a player that I really want to see perform at a bigger region like NAE or EU, but if he doesn't move, you can expect to see him winning every upcoming event on NA West. In the 4th spot with 1,537,000 earned is Naira. I hate to say this, but this has to be the biggest fall off in all of Fortnite esports. Leading up to the World Cup, Nairax was definitely a top tier player, coming in top 10 in a bunch of events. But after winning World Cup duos where he took home $1.5 million, everything just went downhill. After that, he didn't place in any relevant tourneys at all except for maybe a few Cash Cups. Honestly, I don't know what happened. He just kind of fell off, but not before making $1.5 million. So good for him, I guess. In the 3rd spot with $1,873,000 earned is Psalm.
Going up against the player, it's gonna be Boga! The game 1 winner will not be enough against Mongrel, who does get picked quite a bit. He loses a lot of HP, no more build, but the victory royale goes to the veteran Psalm, who manages to pick up a massive win.
Using the shockwaves in the final moments to snatch the high ground, Psalm claims a victory, but it's Mongrel.
After making a name for himself playing in the skirmishes, Psalm went on to qualify for World Cup solos in week 5, and on the big day he did not disappoint by placing 2nd, taking home $1.8 million. After a few poor placements, I don't think he really wanted to keep playing Fortnite, which is when he made the decision to switch to Valorant. After switching, he actually got signed to Team Dignitas as captain. The roster he was on didn't really perform well and disbanded 2 months later. Psalm is now a free agent in Valorant. And the runner-up spot with 1,927,000 earned is Aqua.
Aqua on me! Aqua! Shit on! Dance!
In my book, I think Aqua is the best player to touch this game. No one on this list or in the game has won as many events as Aqua. He's placed first place in 17 different events. He's placed second place in 4 events and third in 10 events. I don't think there's another player who has been as consistent as him when it comes to dominating. Obviously, everybody knows him from winning World Cup duos with Nyrox, netting him $1.5 million. And even after that, he managed to dominate Season X FNCS trios, coming in first in the grand finals alongside Shinken and Stomp. Some other notable placements have been 4th in duo FNCS, 3rd in solo FNCS. Although he hasn't competed in the past 2 FNCSs, he did say he was grinding again, and everyone should be on the lookout for Aqua winning more events. In the first place spot with a 3,159,000 earned is Booga.
Solos, Dr. Lupo, it might be time soon. It might be time soon. Booga smiling, he's got the health advantage on Creo.
He does.
Folks, it might be time for the Shockwave play. Booga could soar up into the sky. Go for it, here it is! Shockwave to hide! Shots coming in! No elimination yet for the first game victory royale!
Oh my gosh. Confident play from Booga. What a monster, the first victory royale.
Everybody already knew this was coming. Booga went mainstream after winning $3 million after coming in first in Solo World Cup, and he dominated that event. After this event, with all the pressure on his back to be the best, he somehow managed to stay consistent in FNCSs. Although he didn't qualify for this past FNCS's Grand Final, some of his notable FNCS placements have been 4th in Chapter 2 Season 3 Solo FNCS, 3rd in Chapter 2 Season 4 FNCS alongside Avery and Jamper, and 5th in Chapter 2 Season 5 FNCS with Clicks and Bizzle. Unfortunately, in Season X, he had the most consistent placements with his trio Stretch and Clarity, placing top 10 every single week. In Grand Finals, they fell short, placing 26. But with Booga being one of the most consistent FNCS players, I'd be on the lookout for the next FNCS and how he's going to place. And that's the video. Guys, this is the longest any video has taken me to edit, record, put together, and upload to YouTube. So subscribe, like. If you have any good video ideas on any type of, any topic, leave a comment. Follow me on Twitter, link in the description. And I'll see you guys in the next one.